Let's listen to Daisy Miller by Henry James, Level A2, Oxford Reading University.
Part 1.
Vevey is a beautiful little town on Lake Geneva in Switzerland. In the late 19th century, tourists often went there on vacation. They stayed at the local hotel. It was lovely and very comfortable. Once, a young American man arrived there. He came to visit his aunt. However, the old lady was feeling unwell. She locked herself in her room and refused to come out. So the young man was left to himself. He went to have breakfast at the hotel restaurant. There, a little boy ran up to him. "Sir, will you give me some sugar?" the boy asked. "Sure," the man said, "although I think sugar is bad for your teeth." "I haven't got any teeth," the boy laughed. "They have all fallen out. This awful European climate is bad for American boys like me." "I am an American too," the man replied. "Great. American men are the best in the world," the boy said, and turned around. "But look, here comes my sister." The man turned his head and saw a beautiful young lady coming toward them. "Randolph, what are you doing?" she asked the boy angrily. "You must stop eating sugar. You know it is bad for your teeth." "He is an American," the boy shouted, ignoring his sister's words. "My name is Frederick Winterbourne," the man introduced himself. But the girl just gave him a serious look and didn't say anything. Was it rude of me to talk to a young unmarried woman like that, he thought? But then he realized that she wasn't at all embarrassed. Everything about her was attractive, especially her eyes. They were so bright and honest. She seemed free and open. "Would you mind telling me your name?" he asked politely. "Her name is Daisy Miller," the boy shouted. "Before you speak, you must wait until people ask you," Daisy said. But the boy just laughed. "Randolph doesn't like it here in Europe," she told Winterbourne. "He misses home very much. He has no friends here." And she told him about her family. They were planning to travel to Italy soon. Daisy also told him about their adventure in Europe in great detail. Her stories were very funny, and Winterbourne laughed a lot. He was surprised by her manner. She talked to him like he was her old friend. "I have spent too many years in Europe," Winterbourne thought. "I have nearly forgotten the way Americans express themselves." In Europe, people believed that a young lady shouldn't talk so much, especially to a man she didn't know. But Daisy wasn't rude. She was just open and honest, and said what she thought. "I like Europe," she said. "The only thing I miss here is the society. I have no one to talk to. I quite enjoy being around people. Back at home, I attended parties all the time. I have many friends there. Most of them are men. Men have always given me quite a lot of attention, you know." I have never heard a girl say such things, Winterbourne thought. He was both surprised and interested. Maybe she is one of those women who like to break men's hearts, he thought. But then he realized that she only had an unusual manner of speaking. She was just a pretty young flirt, no more than that. 2. Later, Winterbourne went to see his aunt, Mrs. Costello. He mentioned an American family staying at the same hotel. His aunt suddenly became angry. "Yes, I have seen them," she said, "and I have tried to keep away from them." "Don't you like them?" Winterbourne asked. "No, they are very common," Mrs. Costello explained. They belong to that sort of Americans that you should avoid. Miss Miller seems rather nice, Winterbourne said carefully. Of course she does, his aunt laughed. They all seem nice, those young girls. She may be a little too simple, but she is a good girl, he said. I am going to take her for a walk to the castle of Chillon. Are you going there alone? Mrs. Costello asked. True, the girl has no manners and no shame. My dear Frederick, you have lived in Europe for too long now. If you aren't careful with those American girls, you can make a great mistake. Will you at least let her meet you? Winterbourne asked. If she is really going to that castle with you, then I must refuse, the old lady said. In the afternoon, Winterbourne came across Miss Miller in the garden. I learned all about your aunt from a hotel maid, she told him. She is a well-respected lady. I can't wait to meet her. Winterbourne just stood there quietly for some time, keeping his head low. Then he said slowly, She would be happy to meet you, but she has headaches. Well, she doesn't have them every day, does she? The girl asked. But then she looked at him and understood everything. Of course, she doesn't want to know me. It is fine, you can just say so. Don't be afraid, Daisy said. She gave a quiet laugh. However, it seemed to Winterbourne that her voice shook a little. Then they said goodbye and went to their rooms. Winterbourne thought about Daisy all the time. He couldn't wait to see her again. In 2 days, they finally prepared to leave for the castle of Chillon. They took a boat to the other side of the lake. The trip wasn't long, yet Daisy managed to say a whole lot of things. She didn't avoid Winterbourne's eyes when he spoke to her, and her face didn't turn red when other people looked at her. True, Winterbourne was worried at first. He thought that she was going to talk too loudly, laugh too much, or even worse, walk around the boat. Fortunately, she didn't do anything like that. She just sat there quietly and chatted with him, and he was happy and at peace. When they reached the castle, Daisy suddenly became very excited. But he soon realized that she wasn't even a bit interested in the history or the old traditions of Chillon. Instead, she attacked him with personal questions about his family, hobbies, tastes, and past life. And she was more than ready to tell him about herself, too. You are amazing, she laughed. How do you keep so much knowledge in your head? Don't you want to travel to Italy with us and become Randolph's teacher? I am afraid I must return to Geneva in a couple of days, he replied. This is the last time we see each other. Last time, Daisy cried. Don't say such things. You are an awful person. Winterbourne was very surprised by her change of manner. He just stood there and listened to her speak. What kind of important business is making you leave so soon? Do you have a woman in Geneva? Doesn't she ever allow you a vacation? Or does she only give you 3 days at a time? Will you be less angry with me if I promise to visit you in Rome in winter? He suggested. She said yes, and they returned to their boat. On their way back, Daisy was very quiet. 3. At the end of January, Winterbourne arrived in Rome. He knew that his aunt was there too, so he went to see her first. Can I have your permission to visit the Millers now? He asked. If you still wish to talk to these people, then you are free to do so, the old lady said. Haven't you heard what people are saying about Miss Miller? She always appears in public with some man. Recently, she came to a party with some well-respected gentlemen. For some reason, the news upset Winterbourne. Was it stupid of him to hope that she liked him more than any other man? Soon he met the Millers at the house of his friend Mrs. Walker. When Daisy saw him there, she ran up to him shouting, "You have come at last." "Yes, I have kept my promise," he replied. "But I thought you were going to visit me first," she went on, looking rather sad. Again she spoke her mind openly, and Winterbourne was surprised. Meanwhile, Mrs. Walker was talking about the party she was going to give soon. "I am definitely coming to your party," Daisy said. "I've got myself a wonderful dress. But I must ask for your permission to bring a friend. His name is Mr. Giovanelli. He is a very close friend of mine and the most handsome man in the world, except for Mr. Winterbourne, perhaps." She spoke freely and didn't seem embarrassed at all. Mrs. Walker didn't seem too pleased. She gave Winterbourne a serious look. "I will be happy to receive Mr. Giovanelli as my guest," she finally said. Then the Millers prepared to leave. Suddenly, Daisy said, "You may go back to the hotel, Mother. I am going to take a walk in the park with Mr. Giovanelli." "It isn't safe, my dear," Mrs. Miller said worriedly. "Remember what the doctor told you? You may get that terrible Roman fever." "Are you going at this hour and alone?" Mrs. Walker asked. "There will be a lot of people there. They might see you." "I don't mean to do anything that is against the rules," Daisy said. "Perhaps Mr. Winterbourne will agree to walk with me?" Winterbourne agreed at once, and they left together. Soon they arrived at the park.
You will find thousands of amazing audiobooks in English that will help you read, listen, and improve your English skills in the EWA app. Choose your level and favorite genre, and enjoy the world's best sellers. You can click on a word to see its translation and transcription. Isn't it convenient? Check out appewa.com today.
Stay with us for part 2.
Hit the like button and leave a comment if you enjoyed the story. This way, we will know that you need more audiobooks like this. And now, check out this crazy story in English.